I know. Hi, everybody. I know I'm a couple minutes early, but I saw people coming in and I just got excited. So we'll just sit here and chat for a few minutes until everybody else gets here. I, boy, what a day. What a day. Sorry about the last minute note saying, I'm not ready. So, hello, everybody. Oh, feel like something bit my ear. Oh, I meant to bring Kiwi down. I had to trim her nails yesterday and I cut one a little too short and her little toenail bled and I felt so bad. So I held her for a while and gave her a blackberry and she loved the attention. So I'll have to remember to get her down here next Sunday. So how is everybody? Yes, how is our Jody has been? He's been in bed all day sick. I'm sorry, sweetie. I am so sorry. Hi, Cheryl. So I see Meltem is here. Oh my goodness. It is. Oh my. Yeah, I don't blame you if you fall asleep. Oh my goodness. I sent you, we've got Meltem's latest work. And I sent you an email, Meltem, but I don't know if it got to you to say, I put a big email and tried to think of everybody who comes to visit our shows. So hopefully most of you got notice. I didn't want you sitting there thinking, what's going on? But I got in my room and I was working on this. All of a sudden realized it was 2:40. Wasn't ready. But lately, I don't know. Yes, we do hope we really hope Terry feels better because he's such a doll baby. But lately, I don't know why, but I've been clenching my jaw. And I don't know. It might just be because it's February, and February is a tough winter month. Even though it's been warmer here, it's kind of like that gray month, And I'm curious how Mark came down and we did some adjustments to my arm. So my camera arm. So I'm really hoping it's better today. But so last night, I took a little something to help me sleep. I think it helped me sleep too much. I'm really sensitive to medications. And so it was just hard to get moving today in my brain. I kept losing words today. So be careful if you take a little medication it might work too well. So it's 80 in Alabama. I didn't know it was summer already. Oh, it's so good. Pollen here. Okay. Maybe that's what it is. Mark keeps telling me. And I'm like, well, but the trees haven't leafed out yet. And he said, I went online and they're saying it's high for elm pollen, juniper, and another kind of evergreen. So maybe that's what's getting me too. Pine pollen. I bet you that's what it is. Well, if it's bothering you, I don't think we live too far different. I think that's what it is, because I get a headache easily and I just feel like somebody stuffed my brain with cotton and it's not fun. Plus, I pulled a muscle, and when I sit and sew, it hurts that muscle. I don't like this. This getting old stuff is getting old. So anyway, well, hello, everybody. I might as well go ahead and start now. I kind of snuck in a couple minutes early. I got excited seeing everybody here. And I do apologize again. I try so hard to make it every Sunday at 3 and every Thursday night at 7:30. But I just realized today, and this one might be a little short because I can feel the headache coming on. And you know what? Now that Lisa talked about the pollen, we've had our windows open almost every day. I think maybe I might start keeping them closed for a while because I don't like feeling all muddy headed. Now, speaking of Miss Lisa, and since Meltem is here, can I do a little upside down show? I just realized if Meltem's here and it's 2 a.m. over there, then why don't we go show her pictures so she can go to sleep? And I'll work on this later. So let's go. I'm going to do it upside down, so don't worry. It doesn't mean I'm getting ready to close the show out. It just means because we've got a visitor from Turkey, and I want to also say, let's all give Meltem and the other people, the other citizens of Turkey, a shout out because I know they're going through a lot. People like Meltem are going to grow extra crops to help feed people. So be thinking about them, please. And we want to give a shout out to our beloved Ukraine. They have fought valiantly for a year, and they are something else. And I was so proud of our president for going over and the solidarity and seeing how Zelensky hugged him. I mean, yep, I got all teared up. But I want to thank all those people. We are one big world, and our hearts go out. So just please understand that we are there with you in spirit, the best we can be. So let's go to, let me see, Kathy Klein is here. Laura is here. Oh my gosh, my star magnolia is just about, it came out blooming and then it got so hot it went, I can't handle the heat, and started dropping a few petals. But my maple tree is trying to bud out, and Polly will tell you, so anyway, but did I get everybody? Meltem and Lisa and Jody and Midland and Cheryl and Alberta. I bet you, Lisa, when I was sitting behind you, you didn't realize what a character I was, did you? I was trying to be well behaved. That's hard for me to do. Anyway, Diana B is here. Yay. Laura and Polly and Mary's here. Alberta from Alabama. Oh, it is so good to see all of you. And Kathy Klein, I just said, and Debbie's here. Oh, Polly, it is so good to see all of you. Yeah, I'm totally different because I was really quiet in the class and a little bit overwhelmed. And it was warm. Certain parts of the day, the sun would come and kind of hit on the room. And so I was kind of quiet. So I bet you Lisa's been watching this going, she looks like her, but she doesn't act like her. So, that's cute. All right. So let me set up our camera. Let's check out your photos. Because you know what? Honestly, that's the best part anyway. We love seeing what you do. Now, let me see if my camera will work better. Yay, he put my microphone out front. So now it's not in the way. Look at that turn, just beautiful in front of my laptop. If I would just do what my son has been trying to teach me and learn the OBS or something system, I wouldn't have to go through all of this, but sorry. All right, let's go to, okay. Don't let me forget about our Safari, our Zen Safari. In fact, I will give you a picture to help you remember to ask me to go through discussing our Zen Safari. So that's the little teaser. All right, now here we go. Alberta, we still have your quilt that you made for your daughter. It's just lovely. And I love the woven ribbon look right here. That is smart, girl. All right. Thank you, Miss Alberta. Now let's see. Then Miss Betty. Oh, Miss Betty came through with some great pictures. And look who they had come visit in their backyard recently. Whoops. Come on, picture. Get big. Oh, there we go. Do you see this little reptilian fellow here? In fact, that guy's pretty brave. That's an alligator. And Miss Betty had him come visit her in her backyard recently. So now let's see the next photo. Oh, this is the close-up of that little guy. She said they haven't seen him lately. I'm really happy. I'm really happy no one's seen him lately. Here is Miss Betty and her husband. And I think they make a lovely, lovely couple. Isn't that nice? And keep going, keep on with good health and getting stronger. And because she's been worried about her husband. So we all send good thoughts. Here is a lovely baby quilt that she made. And I love the little flowered quilting that she did in those blocks. And look at that. Isn't that the sweetest little bunny? I love it. Let me see. Oh, look at this. Now, I don't know if the fabric was pre-printed or she painted it. She might have even told me, but with my stuffy, glommy head, I don't remember. But that's so cute. Now, look at what Miss Betty did. And I'm going to tell you right here now, I like her waterfall much better than mine. So, if she hasn't run out to copyright it, I think I might do some alterations. Look how she did a fabric and did folds, and that gives that same depth that I was trying to do with my skinny, scrawny pieces of fabric. So, Miss Betty, if you don't mind, could I copy some of that? I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. So I'm so tickled to see you. I mean, she is going to town. She's got some plants going. That's lovely. So everybody get a good look at Miss Betty's landscape. And I think if she doesn't mind, I never thought of doing pleated, soft pleated fabric. Oh, and I think if you got it like a nice white and maybe a little bit sheer and maybe even a little bit shiny. Oh, that's pretty. So I looked at that and was like, wow, way to go, Betty. And I love that we can learn from each other. Oh, Miss BB has been sharing some wonderful pictures. She is the tatting expert. If we could get her to film some to take videos of tatting instructions. Oh my gosh, this woman's so talented. Look at these. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love her work. So just keep this in mind. All of you like me who have little tatting bobbins and spindles and don't know yet how to use it. Look at that. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. BB, you're very talented, hon. Beautiful, beautiful. And this is a beautiful quilt. It's a 9-patch with a couple surprises. Like, look at this hourglass in the middle of the 9 patches. And I love the wonderful family photos that had been printed on fabric. Wonderful job, Miss BB. Beautiful. Nice border, too. Look at this. When I opened this picture, I was like, wow, that is so beautiful and so elegant. And I guess that's a table topper. Just beautiful. And then there is tatting on this hand towel. This is all hand tatted. Beautiful. Look at that. Piece of art. Oh, I love those. And I think she must have tatted those. They look like they're really intertwined. Amazing. Kind of like a magician in those rings, you know? And look, isn't that pretty? That's sweet. And look at this. I guess you could use fabric stiffener or real heavy starch because they are beautiful. I love this baby quilt. Look at this with the little owls. That is so cute. And then look, she made the mother a little tote to go with it. How cute. But here again is that amazing tabletop topper. And you see that that is a wedge cut. So it's kind of a kaleidoscope. And it is beautiful. This would be border fabric. And I guess this is the other part of the border. Because, you know, borders come like 5 stripes wide. Beautiful. BB, we love it. Thank you so much for sharing all those wonderful photos. Then Miss Brenda. And I have a few I left in Miss Brenda's. I love this tree, and I love how it comes forward out of the the portrait that she did with fabric. I love it. And she is a professional quilter. So she does long arm quilting for people. Keep Miss Brenda in mind. She's in Michigan, and Miss Melanie can give her a hearty recommendation. I mean, she does beautiful work. Okay, and here's a beautiful portrait of a lighthouse reflecting in the water. Oh, look at that. Isn't that fun? Fun, fun, fun. And this is one of her quilts hanging in a show. And another one. I love this tessellation quilt. Oh, love this Christmas quilt. I think that's the last for her today. But thank you, Miss Brenda. And keep them coming. You can't send in too many because we do love. We love, love, love seeing your work. This is Miss Carol's amazing, the Canadian artisan, her wonderful stitching work. I got a chance to watch her show live, and she was doing the actual stitches and chatting with a friend. And I mean, it was just lovely. Way to go, Miss Carol. All right, let's see. I don't think I have too much here. Let me see. I really don't. Oh, okay. We had some birds who, this is a YouTube channel we are addicted to, and it's called The Rail Cowgirl, and she is a train conductor in Norway, and we absolutely love watching her train. And it's so wonderful to see the snow, but you don't have to feel cold to see it. So Norway has some of the most beautiful landscape. That's why that's in there. And then we had a couple birds that have been hanging out in the corners of our porch, and they look so cold. So I had these woven birdhouses that I put in Kiwi's cage to give her something to peck at and pull apart, because conures love ripping stuff up. And so I had bought these, had these extra, and so I said, hey, why don't we try putting them in the corner, hot gluing them in, and see if our little Carolina Wren and our little chickadee, who've been just standing up there, might be comfortable. I'm not sure yet if they trust it. So then also I took some pictures of my landscape quilt, put them on our site. And so I even did some close-ups so you could kind of get a chance to look close and see what I'm trying to do. And I'm going to have the finished product this coming up week. And this Thursday, we've got a project. And then, okay, let me see. Then let me see if this will work. Okay, can I get the volume up? This is when Mark and I went to the river. And I don't know if I showed you the actual movie video, but I can't wait to go again. There's something... I heard myself talking. I don't know, but why, but they're so... It's so peaceful. It does my soul good. Okay. And I think there was this one. And I am still... There we go. I was looking at the wind do little things with the water. It was just fascinating. That was just a short one. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it for me. Okay, let's go back and see. Aha! Miss Diana, her sewing adventures. I've done a little bit of trimming on some of the photos, so send me some more. I'll put them in. But I did keep a few that I know make us smile. And isn't that sweet? Now I'm wondering, inside the cake, does she have either pink or blue? Isn't that great? She's so talented. Look at all these things that she can do. Amazing. Ah, I love this Lone Star. Look at that. That's a big one. And look at this beautiful watercolor that she painted for her daughter. Just beautiful, so delicate. And let me tell you, watercolors are hard to do. Ah, look at this. I love, once again, did she nail those shadows on that driveway or what? Ah, keep this in mind. This coming Thursday, we are going to begin a beach landscape with fabric. And look at that. Isn't that wonderful? My goodness. That's a pretty good card design, and she really nailed it. That's beautiful. Okay, now who is next? Miss Dolores. I left her darling eagle up one more time. Whoops, come on. I know you can focus. There we go. And look at that wonderful eagle. Just beautiful. All right, I'm going to come back real quick. 1 second. Just good. Okay, we're still there. All right, now let me see what else. And if I ever forget to download or whatever your pictures, please just drop me a little email and tell me, because I don't want to miss anything you do. These are the blocks that our Jody put together with the wonderful sweet patches that Cheryl Hogan sent her, which just makes me so happy. And you know, when someone's doing a large quilt with multiple blocks and small pieces, feel free to say, hey, join in and do some fabric exchange, because it's fun for you and it allows the quilter to make a really special, unique quilt. I love her Wicked Witch of the West. Jody is so talented, such an artist. All right, now who is next? We're moving down the line. Oh, Linda McCullum has a granddaughter or great-granddaughter who is an amazing cheerleader. Look at that. Second place 2 years in a row. Way to go. I know she's so proud. All right. Lisa. Okay. Lisa's going to be showing you stuff that you don't even know about yet. Here is Miss Lisa's Exploding Heart. Love her pinks. Then we have, here is our block 1 of our nod to the 19th century. Love it. Here is our block 2 of our nod to the 19th century block of the week. This one is block 3 which is the Chasing Flying Geese. Love it. Here is block number 4, which I'm going to show you today, and I'll have the free pattern in our website, or if you want any of these free patterns, just send me an email to OurTimeToQuilt@twc.com, and I'll shoot it right out in the email. But in that wonderful card trick, and that is just, she has been, in fact, you know what? I might as well call her my quilt tester, because I send her the stuff and she makes it before I even can. So I better hurry up and get busy on block number 6 for her. This is block number 5, which will be for next week. So if you notice, we're kind of doing certain things like half square triangles and flying geese. Then we bring them back in some of the other blocks. So it kind of is a skill builder, or maybe you might call it a skill refresher. But thank you, Miss Lisa. She's an excellent quilt tester, let me tell you. Okay, and then Miss Mary. Let me see. Her beautiful sea oat, seagrass. Beautiful. And this was a class she took. They painted their own fabric and then turned it into a beautiful scroll. I love that. I love embellishing. I tell you what, that last year was so much fun, learning so much about embellishing. All right, now we're going to go to Miss Melanie. So here we have her amazing dog, Willow. I mean, is that the cutest dog? And her story was so sweet, how when she lost a dog, it broke her heart. And I'm so glad she tried again. So there, and then here was some snow she had a couple weeks ago. Just beautiful. We have not, here in North Carolina, we've had no snow at all this year. Look at this beautiful quilt she did. It just reminds me of little pools of water. Beautiful, Melanie. Then there's Miss Willow. I mean, what a ham that puppy is. But she's got the best home, and you can tell she's so happy. Look at her. Then here is our Miss Melanie with trying to do a puzzle with her husband, but guess who has to get up in the middle of it? Isn't that cute? Oh, I love it. And then look, Miss Willow says it's bedtime, and she's going to wait there until they finally come around and go to bed. That's so cute. And here is a wonderful, looks like crochet, but it might be knitted. No, it looks like crochet. A little crocheted sweater for Miss Willow because she gets cold. And I don't know if I pulled this out of order, if this is the one Melanie's working on now, or is this one maybe her husband did. But this is gorgeous. I love black and white quilts. And I was supposed to have made one 12 years ago. That is beautiful. So thank you, Miss Melanie. Now, let me see. Who is next? Aha! It is our Meltem. And, well, you remember first, she saw this candied apple in the window of a shop. So she came home, and look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Well, let's see what else she can do. This woman is so talented. Look at this applique on a quilted background. Love that. Now, I'm not sure if the flowers were on there or not, and she did this, but I love how she hangs it on a rustic stick. That's just lovely. She has a kitty who also loves her work. Aw, sweet kitty. And then look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Miss Meltem, you are so talented. And I just love everything about that hummingbird. Beautiful. Yay, Miss Meltem. Thank you. I love it. Oh, no, phone do not ring phone. We're busy. And it's just a spam risk call. So like I would need to answer that. All right. Now, let me see. Nazarene. I think we've only seen these twice. Look at this beautiful bookcase. Mm, I love her bookcase quilt. And it tickles me that there is a snow globe on it because she did snow globes with us. And I'd love to be able to see. It looks like it's a shaken snow globe. Look at that. It's beautiful. And I love her sea turtle done mosaic style. Wow. Her Valentine quilt. And there is her snow globe. That was so much fun. I hope we can find something else next Christmas for fun. That was a huge hit. So much fun. Okay, let's see who is the next. Miss Polly. Oh, you wait, ladies, you wait. Miss Polly decided, I'd like to learn how to weave. Well, Miss Polly, being who she is, got herself a loom, a 16-inch heddle, I think they're called loom. And let's see now. There it is again. And wait till you see what she has made for her first project. Look at this. Is that amazing? I mean, she doesn't mess around. When she says she's going to learn something, she does. Isn't that neat? And here I've got a close-up of it. So I have said, Miss Polly, we're going to need a demonstration of this because a couple of the rest of you have said, yeah, you always thought, wouldn't it be neat to do weaving? But look at that. So I think we can talk Miss Polly into coming over one Sunday and doing a demo for us. If she's too shy to come in person, maybe she'll film it on her phone and send it to me. But, oh, we would love to see how you do this. That's amazing. The colors are beautiful. Way to go, Miss Polly. Yay. Okay. And Miss Robin. All right. Miss Robin, I think this is a King Charles Spaniel. That's the cutest little thing. It was a service dog for a special need child, and it just passed last year. And this is one of her sewing buddies, and I've got another picture of her. I love that bear quilt. And look at her lupins and delphiniums and all of that. I love that. Here is her backyard, because remember, she is up in northern Ontario, and it was minus 26 degrees Celsius, which we looked up. That's minus 14 Fahrenheit. That's cold. So she has plenty of long winters to do her nice quilting and art. Oh, she's got this one on the machine. Probably stitching everything down, going to do some thread painting. And then here is another sewing buddy. So I don't know what I'd do without my dogs, that's for sure. Nice job. That was from Miss Robin. All right, then we've got Sandra. And Sandra, I'm going to go ahead and say it. She had her 50th birthday. I had a 50th birthday almost 17 years ago. And she went to London for her birthday present. Isn't that wonderful? She actually got to hear Big Ben toll the hours. Isn't that wonderful? Parliament building. Just fantastic. Okay, I'll go back. One year I'm going to go back. I plan to. So Sue, I need to spend some time with Miss Sue. She wants to work on the water under her bridge. So although I tell you what, with Miss Betty's waterfall, I should get Miss Betty to tell her. That was an incredible waterfall. So you're doing a good job, and I've promised a couple people I'll get back with you on Monday. I promise. I have been running around a little too much lately, and I'm exhausted. And sadly, my sewing machine is not fixed yet. This Tina did this, and she told me, let me make sure I tell you who did the pattern, because she wanted her to get attention. It's a pattern. You find the designer on Etsy, and her name is Heidi Emmett, Emmett, and she's a great designer, Tina said. This garment's called an off-grid vest, and it is one size fits all, and then you decorate it. And Tina decided to use flowers rather than a geometric design, but it's whatever you want. And she said it's a great vest and see how it's one size because the sides are open, but it has a beautiful, nice collar. And she said it's great to put on over jeans, and out you go. Isn't that lovely? I love the collar. So just don't forget Heidi Emmett. She's a wonderful garment designer on Etsy. So I just wanted to let Tina know that we wanted to give Miss Heidi a shout out. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, look at her rope baskets. I never would have thought of leaving this natural and adding just fabric accents. Look at these. So, every time we see show and tell, we get wonderful ideas. This is exquisite. The colors, everything. All right. Thank you, Miss Tina. Let me see. Did I have one more left? I think it was just one more view of that wonderful vest. Now, was that all? I think that's it. While I'm here, I hope you won't mind if I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go up here. Let me show you this. We're going to call this Zen Safari because you might not want to do an elephant. But this is my best inspiration for an elephant I would like to use. Then what happened, I was one day going through emails and I found a company that was selling puzzles like this. I didn't want a puzzle. I just love, pardon me, I'm hiccuping. I love that elephant. And it gave me an idea. I got a drink of water, so maybe I'll stop hiccuping. It gave me an idea, and the idea is, why don't I draw an elephant, my own design, and then break it into segments and do Zen kind of graphic drawing, and then divide it, quilt it, and then use my brand new metallic acrylic paints. Because I love painting on fabric with my acrylic metallic paints. So this is going to be the next thing we do. I've got to draw up a pattern. Now let me come out of there. I've got to draw up a pattern, and then I can share the pattern with y'all. But I want you to think, what animal would you like to do? Would you like to do a lion? Would you like to do a zebra? Would you like to do a giraffe? Those are just 4 animals out of the whole African savanna that you could choose and do this. And then after thinking of that, I thought, you know what? And even I loved the coloring of this one. I love that. But I don't want to copy anyone else's work or infringe upon their work. So then I thought, what about finding African fabric patterns? How appropriate to put African fabric, use those elements to do my Zen little drawings and repetitive designs. So I started looking for images of African fabric, There are tons of them. There are so many. Then I thought this would be really cool. Pay respect for the African heritage and at the same time as you're doing a wonderful African animal. So, okay. And so then I looked up different kinds, what are the doodles that people do? Let me bring this down. But look at this. Now, if you don't want to do an African animal, then you could do a sea turtle. But I was thinking, if everyone kind of thought, what is their favorite animal they would like to do? There are so many. Look at this. People are going to town. This seems to be the year of graphic designs and bright colors. Isn't that amazing? And it gives you the chance to play. And playing is a good thing to do. So here are some more African. These are African design paper. But look at these wonderful designs. So think of the colors, think of the designs. Let me see. No, can't read that file. But people are now taking like butterflies and doing all kinds of amazing designs on them. And let's see. So then, here's some more African fabric here. Come on, there, look at that. And see, each section, I'm going to do it in sections so that you get a whole lot of interest and activity going on. But I looked up doodle. What kind of doodle patterns are there? Then from that, I went to African fabrics. And they are wonderful. Look at these colors and patterns. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I got so excited when I thought about it. Oh, here's an interesting fabric. Look at this. So there's so much we can do. All right, now, so then I started collecting pictures, and I tried to go into royalty free, and but I'm going to draw my own. But I wanted to get as many different images as I could, so that I can get ideas from each one. So, I might like the ears or the feet on this one, or the tusks on that one. The ear shape is amazing. Whoops, hold on. And I do want to get it a little realistic if I can. And some of the drawings, they might not be quite as realistic. But, Indians this is an Asian elephant. You can tell because the ear is smaller. But Indians from India have been doing stuff like this for years. And the elephant is one of their Hindu gods, I believe. I apologize if I got that wrong, but I think it's Ganeshi. And so just wonderful, wonderful ideas. And do I want to do it face on, sideways? Look at this. Isn't that amazing? So I hope it gets your mind going and you're thinking about, I think I could do that. So, and you can decide whether to put it on a background or whether to just have it stand by itself. If you have maybe a special hand-dyed fabric to go behind it. I mean, I just went online and started looking. But it all came from seeing this picture of a puzzle that you can order from a country in China. It was a Chinese company. And I saw that and thought, an idea came to me. So keep your eyes open. It's amazing what you can come up with out there. And then I saw this, and I remember this sweet one. I love that. But I'm going to go a little bit different. And instead of finding a very wonderful, busy fabric, I'm going to paint it and I'm going to go in and draw. Once I draw the outline of the elephant, then I'm going to go in and draw the different sections and the different patterns for my doodles. All right, so I think that was it for that part. So now I will bring the camera back to me so I can see you. I like I can see you, but so you can see me, I guess. Okay, let me turn my light on over here. Okay, whoa, that's a little bit, well, oh, I know what I need to do. I need to bring my camera down. Okay. All right. So, did that get you a little bit excited? I'm a huge fan of painting, and you don't have to do anything special. If you have some of the textile medium, fabric medium, that's a good thing to thin out the the acrylic paints. But just know that your fabric will be thick, and that's okay because you're painting from pure joy. Look, let me come back to y'all real quick. You're painting from pure joy, and this one's probably my favorite, and I did these last year, and I'm ready to do another one. So I'm going to get my fabric. I'm going to scour it, which means to wash it in hot water and detergent a couple of times, dry it, no fabric softener at all. And I need to bring this down just a touch. I'm going to scour it by washing it a couple times, hot water, detergent, dry it in a hot dryer, no fabric softener. And that way it'll better accept the paint. And I've got my brand new paints upstairs and ready. I think they were like $25 or $29 for a set of 24 in the 2-ounce little bottles. But if you have any kind, most of us have bottles of acrylic paint, you can go for it. So you just need regular acrylic paint. It doesn't even have to be fabric paint. If you have textile medium or fabric medium, gel medium, sometimes you can get those in little bottles where they sell the acrylics, then have that because you'll use this to thin it so it's not quite as thick and gloppy. These bottles are forever leaking. They drive me nuts. You must, once you've opened them, you have to sit them straight up. That stuff leaks, and I don't know why. I think because some of it gets stuck on the cap and gets glommy, and then it tends to leak past. But anyway, so that's going to be our next Sunday. We're going to start that. So I just want to show you real quickly. This is my landscape quilt that it's going to be finished and shown the last time this Thursday. And then we're starting a beach quilt. I love our landscape quilt Thursdays. And I can't wait to start the beach quilt. I haven't designed it yet, but I'll have it designed by Thursday. I'm going to show up with just muslin, and I'm going to take you step by step how to do it. So I'm going to have muslin. I'm going to have fusible interfacing because it helps when you're adding layers of fabric and then doing some thread decorating and painting. So I'll show you how I fuse that on the back. We're going to go step by step. I'll have a pattern drawn, and if you want my pattern, you can email me. Let me go ahead and put my email address down here. Any of you that have memorized the email address and you want to just, when you hear me start to talk about it, if you want to type it in real quick, go for it. OurTimeToQuilt at twc.com. All right, there. I think I did it right. I didn't have my glasses on. But I will have the pattern drawn up this week. Tomorrow, I'm going to get my first Shingrix vaccine because I had shingles 8-10 years ago. It wasn't easy, was not easy. And it was awful. It started here and went up into my head. At one point, I looked like a boxer. So not good. But anyway, so I'm getting my first shingles shot tomorrow. I was trying to get it last summer, but it wasn't until Biden made it part of Medicare. Now I think I can get it free. Yee! So, it was horrible. I don't know if I can, let me see if I can find a photo of it. I had to go to an ophthalmologist because it can make you go blind if you get it in your eye. Luckily, it wasn't on my cornea, just my eyelid. Let me see. I'm not sure if that picture will pop up, but I just did a little search for it. And, oh, I know what I need to do. I should have had this ready tonight because I thought about it earlier, but forgot to get the picture ready. Okay. Let's see if it'll pop up. My eye was swollen shut. And painful. Luckily, I caught it before my doctor could accurately diagnose it. And I caught it so early. Oh, here we are. Oh, my gosh. So hopefully this will make you think twice about whether you really want to get a shingle shot or not. That was my eye. I mean, what a mess. And then here is some of the shingles, and it went all the way back and all the way back in my scalp. So my doctor told me last year, let's get your shingles vaccine now. For a little bit, I was covered by my body's fighting it, but it was time now. Oh, so that was me looking a mess. Oh my gosh. Good. Yep. I know I'm going to have to do it in a round of 2. But hey, I got all my COVID vaccines, my flu vaccine. I'm a champ. All right. So I have let me go. First block of the week with the nod to the 19th century. This is the second block of the week. Here is the third block of the week. And here is our fourth. And I'm going to just kind of walk you through how I did it so you won't worry. And I have the pattern I'll download on the site tonight. If you don't belong to our group's IO, just send me an email. I'll send it right out to you. And Miss Lisa has been keeping up with this stuff like crazy. Okay, I'm going to move the camera down here so I can more easily show you how it's done. I remember the first time I saw a card trick quilt. I loved it. From the very first time I saw it, I thought, oh, that's such a cool design. And I thought, how did they make it go behind another one? Because I didn't, do you remember back to the early days of quilting when you had no idea how they put a block together? Now I think back and just giggle at myself because, you soon learn how to break things down and go, oh, that's a half square triangle. Oh, that's, you learn. But at first, I had no clue how they did that. It was magic for sure. All right, let me bring the camera down here. Okay. All right. Let me bring this light over. All right. So let's start right in the middle with this card trick block. This is the very first card trick I've ever made, block I've ever made. even though it's one of my favorites, or about my favorite individual block. In the center, this is a quarter square triangle. Okay? Now, to get the block exactly like I wanted it, but to still be scrappy with different backgrounds, I had to draw a pattern with templates. Now, I'm not real fond of templates, but for this one, it's the way to go. Okay? Because if you try to do the normal half square triangle, good sales ever. Good job. And if you try to use a normal way to make half square triangles or quarter square, you would waste double, triple the fabric. So it tells you on here how many pieces to cut out of each one. And it has a diagram, diagram right there that you can follow. And this is piece A and this is piece B. So when you get the pattern, it will make it pretty clear. All right. I'm going to start you right here in the middle. You cut 2 of each of these fabrics of the small. This is, let me put my glasses on. This is fabric B. You cut 2 of each fabric of the colors. You cut 4 for these, because I made these the same, and then all the corner triangles the same. So you have cut 4 of these. Now what you do, because this looks complicated, but it's not when you think of it as you take this triangle, sew it to this triangle. So you sew. Just let me just isolate it a little. Whoops, how come I can't? Okay. You sew this triangle to this triangle. Okay, and you can see how it makes a half. Okay, you always want, in any quilting you do, you want to try to have the seam be a straight line. So that's why, whether you sew these 2, or you could sew these 2 together, okay, you could make this right here, or you can sew these 2 together, then you sew both together on this straight line right here, okay? So just break it down to the smallest, easiest way, then sew them together, press it really good, and see how this lies nice and flat? Because I came in, see right there, I graded the underneath seam, I graded. So when this lays, it lays flat. Because sometimes with that many seams coming together, this one's not lying flat now. But anyway, with so many seams coming together, it could get bumpy. Now, so we've done that one. Okay, put that aside. When you're making this block, I wanted to show you this one first. Put it aside, but then come back and start with 1 row. This is half square triangles. You take one of this in background, one of this in one of your colors, sew them together on the diagonal, and press them. Then here we've got half square triangle, kind of, it's not a quarter square triangle. Maybe you could call it a 3/4 square triangle. What you do is you put these 2 triangles together. Okay, let me show you that. There you go. Put these 2 triangles together. Then you sew a big triangle onto it. Okay, so right along there, press it open. Then here, you just put 2 big triangles together. See that? Oh, take care, Diane. It was wonderful seeing you. Oh, wow. I'd love to see that, Lisa. And then, so now that's that row. You sew these 3 together, Okay, always sewing with a long straight line. Don't try to do this or, long rows. Then here is the same thing. You have the two little triangles. You sew a larger triangle on. You have to lay it out because I wanted, what makes it look like a real card trick is it makes it look like this is laying on top of this square, on top of this square, and then that one on top. That's what makes it so amazing. So I wanted reds in opposite corners, the other color, a green and a blue, on the opposite corners. And then I made my outside triangles in the corner all the same, the little inner triangle the same. So I'm hoping, any questions about how I put this together? And then what I need to do, I did trim this, but I'm not sure why it's popping up. So you know what you do in that case? You spray it with some good old heavy starch, and then it'll lay flat. And Mark went to Walmart today and got me 2 more cans of wonderful starch because I've been going through it, let me tell you. All right, so there is that. So, okay, whoops. Don't. Okay, whoo, I saved it. I accidentally bumped that connection. I have this thing called a capture card. It was like, I have a capture card that gets plugged in like a USB. And if I touch it or look at it funny, it tries to cut out. So crazy. All right. So anyway, this is now our block number 4. And you know what? Doing them one at a time is so easy. I think sometimes we get overwhelmed starting a new quilt with all of the cutting out and then all of the, piecing. And I like touching base. Like it's been a while since I've done templates and I enjoyed it. It just kind of keeping the widest range of skills fresh for you is a good thing. All right. So let's see. I was going to demonstrate earlier how to cut. I want to show you me actually drawing the kaleidoscope fabric and cutting it out. I'll have to save that for next week. Tina asked, what was my favorite quilt of all time? Well, I've done hundreds, but I do have a favorite, and I will have it here next week to show Miss Tina, and I'll show all of you. And sadly, it's in my UFO pile, but I dyed it. I did a batik and dyed it, and I need to finish doing the thread painting and then build the rest of the quilt around it. So I will show you that next week. You need a shingle shot? Well, let's do it together. The nicest thing is being on Medicare. Now it's covered. Yay. Because I went last year to get it. And they said, that's $200 a shot and you need 2. I'll wait. But now that I heard since January, it's like, yeah. Oh, and I still have our balloons from last week's birthday party. That was fun. And I sent out 2 gift certificates, and they were both really excited and pleased. So, okay, here we go. I've been working on this, and I wanted to thank y'all because I look at your work and the quality of your work, and it makes me want to do better. So I sat here with this week because it's got how many? It's hundreds of blocks, so it's got a lot of intersections. And I tend to sew fast so that I can hurry up and show you on the show. So not everything lined up that well. Well, I did not repair every intersection, but the ones that showed, And I did them by hand. I sat there at night and I would take a little seam ripper and carefully open them up and line them back up and hand stitch them. But anyway, let me. Oh, who? Oh, for Mary, I was on at 5. Oh, who didn't realize? Oh, hi, Marcia. Yeah, I changed the time today because I was kind of out of it. So be careful if you take a sleeping aid that you give yourself plenty of time to get over it or know what it's going to do to you. So I just couldn't get my act together. I mean, it was terrible. All right. So now on 2 sides, I have the inner border and the outer border put on. And I've got the other ones cut because remember, measure across the middle of the quilt. Hold on, guys. Measure across the middle of the quilt to get an accurate measurement. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm going to have to back up to next door. Okay. Here is, and I really do love the border. I think it really pulls all the colors together. Let me back up a little bit more. This is a large quilt. Without the borders, it's 76 by 76. So it's pretty darn big. Let me show you the bottom, inner and outer border. So I really like it. I think it's different. I love the difference that it's a little unique for me. It's not just a safe color. And it's just something different. And I think sometimes when you've been quilting 30 some years like me, sometimes we need to shake it up a little. But don't you think that border brings all these colors together? So I have really worked hard on this one. And as soon as tomorrow, when I get the side borders on, it gets loaded onto the frame. And I tried to think of something really unique, some really unique way to quilt it. I think I'm going to do loops and hearts because it's a big quilt and it's a busy quilt and it doesn't need to be busier, you know? So, yeah, that border is pretty special. And by using this inner border, I used a little touch of Jenny Beyer. And I try to add Jenny Beyer to all my quilts. So I love it. I think it brings all the colors together. And I'm really pleased. All of these blocks around the edges show the care that I put into matching them up. The ones I said I'm not doing are some of these in the middle. Because honestly, if you get up that close and tell me I see those points that don't match the intersections, I'm probably going to hit you. So it's like, that's so busy in the middle. I don't care. So if you can see it from the back of a galloping horse, good for you. Keep on galloping. Oh, now I'm being a mess. So anyway, all right. And I'll show you that border up close. So pretty. It's the one that had the fish on it. I've got to be careful now. Isn't that pretty? I've got to be careful now because the microphone is sticking out front. And I keep wanting to show the microphone. I forget that's the camera. This is a microphone. So if I show you something wrong, you'll know what. All righty. So we talked about the Zen animals. Did I cover everything? I think I did. I'm thinking, we've got our Ukraine flag still up until their invader leaves their country. Then That flag is staying there. The one on my front porch is fading. And it was my quilting cotton that a year ago I made up real quick the day it happened and hung it up on my porch. So anyway, I think can you think of anything I forgot? So anyway. Oh, thank you. Yes, quilting police are not allowed at my door. But I told you one time in a group I belonged to many moons back, many years ago, there was a person who was so particular. And people were afraid to show her their quilts because they said, she's so picky and she'll criticize it. And yeah, she would. But I noticed, she never brings anything in for show and tell. She's so picky, she can't even finish her own stuff. So anyway, I was just sitting here looking. I now make these Our Time to Quilt stickers. And I saw one on my name card over here. You know what I might do? As soon as I get my new printer ink in, I'm going to make up a bunch of those. And if you would like one, I will put it in an envelope and mail it to you free just for being wonderful and on here. Yes, how many treatments has Jody had? She's amazing. She's just absolutely amazing. All right, guys, I guess I'm tired. Mark put some country pork ribs in the crock pot with some Italian seasoning. She said 3. Okay, thank you, Laura. You're so sweet. So anyway, 4 down. Oh, right. That is fantastic. So you can take these Our Time to Quilt stickers. You can put them on your sewing machine. You can put them on your drink holder. So I will make those, and I'll tell you that Sunday I'll have them here in envelopes ready to just send out to you, because that's fun. Did you see Michelle here? Michelle the quilter. Okay, you only had arm pain. Okay, that's what I was hoping because Mark said he felt a little iffy and his arm hurt. But let me tell you, when I got shingles on my face, I first felt the pain the May 5th. It wasn't until near the middle of July before I was well. That's a long time. It was terrible. All right, everybody. You are the very best. I'm going to go get my shot tomorrow. And then, oh, Mark, I don't know if I can cook dinner, hon. I had my shot today. Hey, it's good for something. All right, darling. Oh, and my machine is not fixed. I think that there is a problem with the machine itself. It's not the repair service I'm getting. I think when I try to do the automatic thread cutter, it somehow bounces up the bobbin case. And so I think I have a bad machine. I've only owned it 2 years, and it's been to the shop 5 times. That's ridiculous. So I'm going to take it back in, and this guy seems to be really good. And I'm going to say, look, I think there's something in the bobbin or the thread cutter or something. It's making that bobbin case pop up. And I'm really frustrated. So I'll take my sales receipt. Maybe he can talk to Juki, because I didn't buy it from him, but maybe he can talk to them and say, hey, something's wrong here. All right, everybody. You have a great night. And, oh, you did, Michelle? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I just can't cook. Oh, that arm just, I better just sit down here and binge watch on Netflix right now. I think that's going to help it. Take good care. Do something good just for you this week. Okay, you're very special. And I don't know what I would do without you. Mwah. Bye, everybody, lovely peoples. And thank you, Marcia, for finding us. Marcia is so good to all of us, isn't she? She's a very lovely, loving person. All right. Thank you, Lisa. I'll see you guys Thursday and next Sunday. Bye-bye.